How's it going, everybody? My name is the Average Hitman and welcome back to a brand new video. This is the third video I'm doing on my channel and I'm going to be shooting on what are my thoughts on YouTube boxing and why I think it's slightly disrespecting the art of boxing. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below. Don't leave any suspicious or let's say sus things in the comments. Let's get straight into it. A quick disclaimer, I cannot use that Travis Scott song anymore in my intros. I got a copyright claim for past two videos, but luckily I edited it out and the claim is gone now. So, yeah, I'm thankful for that at least. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed my new intro since, yeah, I can't play any copyrighted music. I'm just gonna play the most motivational song I know, the house building theme song from Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the first fight. This is where it all began. Theo Baker versus Joe Weller. Basically, they fought in first was like a gym. Wasn't even in a big arena until KSI commented on the post saying he wanted to fight the winner. Well, obviously, everyone thought it was going to be a joke until it actually turned into an actual feud. Joe Weller ended up winning, and then the fight was set. Joe Weller versus KSI in an arena, televised, pay-per-view, everything, right? So the press conference went on. They threw things at each other, tried to molest each other on stage, and then KSI clapped him up in the ring and won. And then called out the two neeks of the internet, Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Well, at first, the Pauls didn't take it seriously. They wanted their nons to fight for them until the bigger brother stepped up and the fight was set. KSI's brother, Deji, wanted some money and clout as well, so he wanted to fight Jake. It was basically two brothers facing off against each other. Well, the press conference was Butters. The two waste men, Jake and Logan, dressed up like they were straight out of Peaky Blinders and they had the most playground insults I've ever heard. The fight went on. Deji looked like he trained on Sims 4, and Jake still got clapped up and was bleeding, and then somehow won. Then KSI vs Logan Paul happened. It ended in a draw. Basically, all that fight was standing around, jabbing each other, overhead punches, haymakers. That's basically what it was. Then the rematch was set for 10th of November UK time. It was set to be a professional bout. How do two YouTubers get into a professional bout on pay-per-view in the Staples Center, where they're up-and-coming boxers who could only dream of being on that level, but don't have enough clout and money to do so? But the person that irritated me the most was Shannon Briggs. Every time he came on the mic, let's go champ, let's go champ, let's go champ. I could probably go mad hearing let's go champ one more time. I can't. Then, as I was saying, the fight went on, and then the sidemen were, when they switched to them in the crowd, they were wasted by round 2. And then JJ won the fight in the end, which was, I could say, for a pro bout, a shite boxing match. Literally, all those two did was jab each other, but like I said, throw haymakers and overheads. Logan held on to his trunks a bit. In the first round, I don't know what Logan was doing, putting him in a guillotine, trying to put him in a guillotine or something like that. That was so weird. But yeah, JJ ended up winning. Logan, being a sole loser, filed an appeal which got denied until Mr. Jake Paul decided, you know what? My brother just went and earned a big buck. Let me go and get some clout and call out Anison Gibb, who I've been ducking for the past few months. Anison Gibb couldn't box for dear life. Jake battered him because all he did was spam crouch all the time, which cost him the fight ultimately. Jake then, after winning that fight, called out a 4'11" basketball player. Then he got knocked out just like he's been inhaling the forbidden powders. So now why is it, in a way, disrespecting professional boxing? Well, the fact that a waste man like Jake and a borderline dwarf got into an undercard of two of the greatest fighters in the promotion, Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson, and the fact that Logan has the record of 0-0-1 in pro boxing and is fighting Floyd Mayweather in February. And it's only going to get worse. More and more influencers are going to try and step in, and they'll eventually try and be good enough to become pro boxers, and the actual young talent who have been training their entire lives are left in the dark. Instead, YouTubers are getting paid nowhere near as little as the actual pro boxers are for an amateur event, while young talents have to still climb the ranks instead of then being handed a pay-per-view opportunity because they have the money and media attention. But that's what's happening, and the two reasons, and there's two reasons only: money and clout. That's the only reason why YouTube boxing is a thing, is money and clout. Think about how much money the Zone made from those pay-per-view sales, ticket sales, everything that went into it. Think about the revenue that they made. Think about the money the fighters got paid. Think about how the polls were irrelevant in until boxing came along and saved their careers, basically. But in a good way, YouTube brought in a lot of new audiences to boxing and some new talent, and that's good. More people are taking a passion in the sport and then they're making big money. Certain influencers have the potential of being a pro boxer, which is nice to see someone who can eventually start fighting well and challenge for titles. But the problem comes to the certain fighters that are actually fighting for the promotion itself. Compared to the big pro fights, Jake Paul, KSI, and everybody that does it from YouTube are not ready to be on pro bouts. I guess with time and training, they might just be able to, but that just takes way too long. And being an influencer at the same time, they'll have to slow down on uploads or even stop YouTube as a whole. The thing that they should be doing is YouTube opening up its own division of amateur boxing for influencers instead of them fighting professional bouts. Then only once they're ready after fighting the amateur leagues, they can do an exhibition match with one of the pro boxers, see how they do, and see if they can handle pro bouts. This will make everyone enough money that they want, and then saves boxing stands from watching a man whose chin looks like a willy fight like an amateur and then act like a moron after he's just won. In summary, YouTube boxing shouldn't go on the pro circuit, but should rather be separately held under YouTube and DAZN as amateur boxing. I'm talking compared to pro fights, basically. Compared to pro fights, YouTube boxing is nothing. But the influencers are getting paid just as much as a title defense would. Hope everyone's enjoyed that little take on YouTube boxing. It's just my opinion. A lot of people have their own opinions. People say it's good for boxing, it brings new talent, it brings money to the promotion, and it's nice to see some influencers doing something else but YouTube. This is basically my own opinion. Don't hate me on it, because many others will probably have the same opinion as mine, that the fact that YouTube boxing shouldn't be held as pro bouts until the YouTubers are actually ready, and they should rather give the younger talents of pro boxing an opportunity to climb up the ranks instead of handing it to YouTubers. So that's all I gotta say for today's video, guys. Hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are, and yeah, hopefully we can get 20 subscribers by video 4. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys in the next video. Peace. Average Hitman 3000. Oh.